Okay, so we just got a very exciting close for GTII, and this is something that we were looking for from last week. Let's go ahead and dive into the details now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a GTII technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this happy Monday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, yes, we definitely got it. All right, so what is it? Say it, ARCa, say it. All right, so we got the weekly candle closure that we were looking for. And we said as long as we closed anywhere upside of $1.87, then we would be essentially printing a massive bullish engulfing weekly iteration. Okay, so this bullish engulfing candle formation is definitely a sign of a potential upside coming in. Okay, so this is a very, very important sign because not only did we get this bullish engulfing print, but we also got volatility versus momentum with a huge upside pivot, both of the moving averages within the bullish control zone now, and still suggesting that upside continuation while we are contracting. Okay, so this is very exciting. I love what's happening right now. Definitely something to keep an eye out for, okay, because this is only giving us some more validation for a continuation to the upside. Okay, you guys, so I love it so much. So let's just go ahead and continue on the analysis here and see what else GTII has in line for us. Okay, so this is the ascending channel that we've been riding for forever, right? I get it. I love it. Now, today's price action, I know we printed a huge indecision doji on that 12-hour, right? But that's okay. Why is it okay? Because of this. Check this out. Let me go ahead and just zoom in to the hourly time frame and go right into the price action from today, and go ahead from today and Friday actually as well, right? So go ahead and notice that we are now printing a falling wedge on the hourly time frame after an uptrend. Now, what does that usually mean? Okay, so that usually means that we are suggesting a continuation to the upside, because the falling wedge, when printed after an uptrend or during an uptrend, it is now considered a continuation formation. All right, so this is very exciting because we're starting to get the breakout now. Take a look at that. All right, now what does that breakout? Why is it important? Why is it important that we're breaking out right now? Well, we're breaking out at 70% to the apex of the triangle. We talk about this all the time. We talk about the 65 to 70% completion or approach to the apex of the triangle before finding a breakout to the upside. Okay, we just got that today. And now we can start evaluating potential price objectives. How do we do that though? We do it like this. Check it out. We take a trend line from the top side of the triangle all the way to the lowest point of the price action from the triangle or trend line, right? Just like this. And then we apply this trend line to the area of breakout, which is just from today, right? So we'll go ahead and put it like this. And then we can actually see the top side target coming into about $2.56. Okay, so that is now the potential target that we can look at maybe even as soon as tomorrow. We don't know, but that's what it's suggesting. But let's go ahead and continue validating the potentials here. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to kind of it's hard for me to like call that sometimes, right? I almost feel like I don't want to, right? But there is what I'm trying to say here is that there is the potential of facing like a very silly inverse herpy-derpy, right? So there is the potential to where we're facing that now, right? So we have the shoulder, we have the head, we have the shoulder right over here, continuation to the upside, right? So if we start to take the price objective from this, I'm not sure that we can actually, or that we should be focusing on these targets right now, okay? So let's just go ahead and take our trend line here so that we can kind of validate where that could be, right? So something like this, right? So hold on just a sec. Let's see, because we have to get it as right as we could. All right, so very likely could be something like this. There are a few other potentials. It could actually be the top trend line too. So let me try that one right over here and see. Yeah, that's fitting a little better. There we go. Okay, so now we can start to take a price objective like this. Okay, so the angled herpy derpies right here, they're a little more confusing. So we apply this trend line right from the top side of the neckline to the head, and now we can apply it to the to the top side here where the breakout kind of happened. Okay, so we can actually see that the target here is taking us directly to our resistance zone at $3.07, and we've already been looking at that resistance zone for quite some time. Why? Because of this gap over here. I'm telling you all the time, you guys, make sure to hit that like button, okay? Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and remember to refer to the ArcMasters trading course. The email is included in the link below, right? So make sure to reserve your seat, get enrolled, and you should be beginning in the second or third week of April. Okay, so make sure to reserve your seat and get that situated. We're going to be revising things or reviewing things from the beginning, the very fundamentals of trading, all the way up to advanced topics and mathematical applications. Okay, you guys. So go ahead and notice here that yes, we have that upside pretty much telling us that that could be it right here. Notice that in the shorter time frame, we have the 4-spot 618 at 296, resistance here at about that 307. Everything is lining up geometrically, okay, you guys? So I like what's happening here. All right, not only that, it would be breaking that $2.98 high, okay? So very likely we can face a pullback from this 298 area that we talked about the last time, okay? So it's interesting that we're leading everything to that. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's continue on to the next chart. Okay. So yeah, this is the weekly. We got that out of the way already. So let's move on. Okay. So yes, look at the 5-day. We have a day and 18 hours to close this, right? And potentially another 2 days in, how it may feel to you. Right, so we have that upside pivot. Notice that the 14-day simple moving average is also joining the 3-day exponential moving average inside of the bullish control zone while we're contracting with an upside pivot. Good stuff here. That tells us that the target of the, let's see, $3.27 is still, or $3.30, right around there, is still in line for us, okay? So that $3.30 average is, of course, just upside of that gap that we're talking about, right? Just right over here, just a little bit higher, and it's right there, okay? So everything is rhyming within that $3 area, okay? So I love what's happening here. Everything is very exciting for the GTII asset. Now notice this, you guys, in 1 day and 18 hours, of course, we're going to close the 3-day iteration. This is our massive upside that we actually got from the statistical backtest regarding volatility versus momentum on the 3-day asset. This backtest, remember, it is throughout the entire trading history of the GTII asset. These are all of my notes here in order for us to get these are all the samples, right, that I gathered for the data set and for the averages for the upside thrust. Okay, so please notice that we are still with a massive upside suggestion here on the 3-day iteration. Very powerful time frame, huge time frame, right? We have both of the moving averages within the bullish control zone and still suggesting that upside, guys. This is very powerful. This is absolutely suggesting some pretty intense upsides. Okay, so now go ahead and notice that we still have that suggestion of $3.66. Again, that $3 target, right? $3.66. Yes, just upside of the area that we were looking at, right? So somewhere about here, okay? But everything is suggesting those touches. If we do get that $3.66 high, that would mean that we can get the pullback and start validating our newly converted resistance from the gap all the way back there, right? Back here, this gap. From 2022 September, around there, and we could now start validating this as a support for the first time in years, okay? And then this, guys, that would essentially help us realize the $10 target that we've been looking at per the 3-day statistical backtest right over here. Notice that we have right here the results out of a total 31 iterations. We're looking at 21 guessed correctly to the upside, giving us an average upside accuracy of 67.74% with a massive upside thrust of a 971.33%, aka $10. Okay, so right around $10.03, aka okay, the resistance of our ascending channel, guys, everything is looking like it's moving to plan here. Remember, nothing is guaranteed in the markets. Of course, there is always the room for us to be able to lose more than what we have. Okay, please make sure to respect your risk management. Remember that I can't suggest for you to buy or sell any asset whatsoever. I can never do that. Okay, you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment. There is no one to blame other than yourself if something goes the wrong way. Okay, you guys, make sure to respect the rules of the game. All right, you guys, but yes, everything is still looking very nice. This upside target, remember that 367, 365 target is in respects to the pennant that we just broke out of, and we're well on our way to that. All right, let's move on to the last part of the analysis here for GTII and see what we have. All right, so it looks like we have a very, very short-term pullback, and it may not actually happen. All right, so as the fact is that we are still within the gravitational zones of the bull strength percentile and bull weakness on two different time frames, the 8-hour time frames, right? So 4-hour and 8-hour, sorry. And please notice that we're actually starting to correct the pivot here on the daily, suggesting a continuation to the upside. Notice here that the 3-day is getting closer to the gravitational zone here, which would essentially have us be, have us pulled right into that bull strength percentile. Notice the 5-day, guys, still with that upside pivot, very healthy. Everything is looking like everything is going to plan here, guys. Everything is looking very good. Okay, even in the immediate short-term time frame, we can actually see and we do have that support from the 14-day simple before that continuation to the upside. Guys, I love what I'm seeing. Everything is looking very good for GTII. You know, sometimes when we have little pullbacks here and there, it's okay. The fact is that the macro timeframes, the timeframes that actually matter, are actually suggesting a continuation to the upside and a continuation to the upside for days. Okay, you guys, and we've been looking at this now. Okay, so we were able to see the upside starting from February 27th, okay, and we've been on that upside trajectory since. We are now 1 month later, guys. Just know that this has been an incredible month for GTII, and it looks like we can still continue to the upside even still, guys. The statistics are speaking. All right, you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut the video off here. It went a little longer than I thought, but it's all good. Please remember to go ahead and reach out to me via the email listed in the description below if you would like to enroll and reserve your seat for the ArcMasters trading course. Twitter is on there and the Discord links are on there as well. Okay, you guys, but with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.